Elf deck, there's just too many ways he can get an insurmountable advantage fast.
Yeah, I mean, on the play, he can get a turn 3 on Rockall with, probably about 50% consistency, maybe even a little better.
I just don't know that he can beat a Seismic Assault if he lives.
He cannot beat a Seismic Assault if
But
Tony
you know what
it.
though, outside of 2 explosives and 4 bolts, Tony really doesn't have a lot of interaction
in the first
turns. 2 turns. So, you know what? I think I'll take Elf by small margin. Although, from what I understand, Tony wants it more. Tony's hungry. Although Harrison's pretty hungry for this too. This is going to be a good match. I don't mind the Elf side of it. I think it's going to be. I actually think the Elf deck is so fast that.
In the Elf deck post board is going to probably be on like a Vengevine plan. Does he have Vengevines in his sideboard?
He does have the Vengevines, but I don't think he can actually be on the Vengevine plan. Somewhat counterintuitively, because I think that he can't grind out Tony. He has to kill as fast as possible. Because I think that if you go slow, the Vengevine plan actually still loses to Seismic Assault.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
It's possible. I mean, I don't know. I haven't played the matchup. We'll have to see how it really plays out. But my first instinct is to just be as fast as possible, especially since he knows Tony's deck. He knows how little removal Tony really has for the first 2 turns, and how much, starting on turn 3, it's just going to get worse every turn. It's also going to make being on the play crucial.
Yeah, and 4 Mox Diamond can make Seismic Assault a turn 2 play as well.
Oh, no, wait, yeah. Oh, there's 4 Mox Diamonds? Actually, you know what? I'm giving it back to Tony. This is the ability...
He also has Thoughtseize post board.
Yeah, the ability to drop the Seismic Assault, or even sometimes Maelstrom Pulse on turn 2. I think it's actually going to be kind of rough, but we'll see. All right. So, Tony on the play, which is going to be very, very crucial here.
Oh, yeah.
When you're playing a deck that has a lot of 3-mana power cards, and your opponent can kill you, basically, most games by turn 3. All right. It's a little bit different of an experience, too, in these top 8 matches where you know your opponent's deck list,
Oh, yeah, it's a completely different experience, especially in a format like Legacy. And, I'm sure Tony's deck has been misplayed against all day because people didn't know what was going on. Like, Aggro Loam is not something people are used to when they're playing Legacy.
Turn 1 Grim Lavamancer, that's like the exact perfect 1-drop for Tony. I mean, because this is, no matter what Harrison plays, it's getting shot next turn because of a fetch land.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is going to buy Tony so much time that he's going to be able to start dropping 3s. I mean, I almost think that he's like an 85-15 as of this turn, Like, that Grim Lavamancer is just brutal. Oh, but he didn't have the fetch land, so he's forced to let the Elf live a turn. Wow. I mean, he could have just wastelanded his own wasteland just to shock the Elf, but that's a real short-term solution.
Yeah, I don't necessarily like skipping him.
And if he gets the Loam going, from now on he just has unlimited shocks from Grim Lavamancer from the dredging, The problem, of course, being that now he's given Harrison a window. Honestly, Harrison could win this turn if he had the
definitely.
I mean, like, Findorn Elf is his turn 1 play. That's that's how he sets up the turn 2 kills.
Well, no, for turn 2 you need like a turn 1 Nettle Sentinel.
You could play turn 1 Findorn Elf and then turn 2 Nettle Sentinel Heritage Druid, right?
Yeah.
All you have to do is go turn 1 Findorn Elf, then because he has Birchwell Ranger too, right?
Oh yes, okay. So he does have Birchwell.
Does he? He has Birchwell Ranger.
It looks like he's playing Symbiote. So if he's playing Symbiote, that's a sign that he's settling into the Elf.
He's gonna try to gate. He's gonna try to do the Elf thing. He's gonna hang out for a little while and
and he can like block and bounce things and.
Well, I mean, he's not gonna bounce things. The Symbiote will be the first thing.
Oh yeah, the Symbiote is dying next turn to a Lavamancer activation.
But it means that he gets to keep the Findorn Elf for a turn. From the looks of it, he's a bit mana-flooded. He's got an awful lot of land in his hand, which is, I mean, from this position, really what he needs to be doing is, I guess, just glimpsing. I mean, Elvish Visionary is not too bad, but he doesn't even play Elvish Visionary. Yeah, he's got Elvish Visionaries. Okay, yeah, he needs Elvish Visionary Glimpse because he needs to get ahead of the Lavamancer a little bit.
Oh man, Tony even has a Wasteland. Which
Wow,
is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it is. Yep, keeps Cradles off. Hits that Bayou just to slow him down even more.
Yeah, so
And Tony's not going to bring back all the lands because, I mean, he wants to have 2 in the yard to shoot with Lavamancer. Lavamancer, an exceptional card in Legacy. Very mediocre in Standard, but Legacy, an awful lot of small creatures being played, but the Lavamancer is just, so many of the creatures have abilities and stuff, you know? In Standard, a lot more of the creatures are a little bit bigger, or and people play a lot more removal to deal with the Lavamancer. Plus, obviously, there's no fetch lands.
Yeah, and when you're dredging, it makes it a lot easier to just have unlimited ammo.
So Harrison decides now is the time to glimpse.
Yep.
See what he does. Turn 1. So he drops the symbiote first. Drops Llanowar Elf. Yep. Now he's got Cradle in his hand.
He's Cradle?
He has Cradle in his hand. This is the move he was waiting for. So now he can actually untap his elf that's not sick, bounce the elf that he had, drop it again. You know, flipping the symbiote to denote it's been used. So now, likely he's just going to drop Llanowar Elf again, and see what he gets from there. But most likely he's just going to be. I mean, it depends on if he gets more guys or not. Because from the looks of it, he's a bit flooded, but he does have a glimpse. So,
yeah, and he has the glimpse going right now. So
well, he's got another glimpse. The idea being that if he just puts a bunch of stuff in play, gives Tony something to worry about for a minute, he's got glimpse in his hand, so he can send a second wave later. You know?
Yeah.
He might not even play the Cradle this turn if he doesn't have creatures. If he doesn't draw a creature here, I mean... Yeah, because from the looks of it, he's got all land. And so you might as well save that Cradle for another turn, because it's going to get wasted.
Oh, yeah. Like, immediately.
Well, this is definitely a tough turn for Harrison, because he doesn't even have very many land in his deck.
Yeah, I mean, if he's an elf deck.
18, yeah, he's got 18 land in his deck, 3 Cradles and 1 Dried Arbor, so he's only got 14 of these, the random little, do-nothing lands, but he's drawn over half of them. So he drops Savannah. No, he decides to go with the Verdant Catacombs, presumably to fetch up Dried Arbor. So a little value glimpse, a little Ancestral Recall. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with Ancestral Recall.
Absolutely. No, and that's what he needs to do. We talked about he needs to get ahead. Like, you don't always just glimpse to win the game. You glimpse just to get ahead a little bit because, obviously he's not going to be able to be the Seismic Assault. But, and even Explosives would probably be catastrophic for him. But if he's facing Maelstrom Pulse, Lightning Bolts, some of the creatures, I mean, this is still game 1. There are a lot of cards that don't interact with his board here. It's very possible that Tony can't actually stop him. In which case, the glimpse next turn is going to be huge. Or could be huge. I guess if he just kills the symbiote, he won't have any more guys yet, so he's going to have to build up for a little bit. But he's going to raid the symbiote once again. Now, what do you think? Do you think he actually, if Tony shoots the symbiote, do you think he just bounces an elf? Just to have another creature in his hand for the glimpse?
Oh, almost certainly.
Yeah, it seems like you got to, right? Ooh, Explosives. Interesting.
All right, so
did
Harrison
he need to blow the
needs...
Explosives there?
I didn't like that.
Because, he had a Lavamancer already going, and Harrison didn't have a lot. He could have just set the Explosives down and let it just sit and play. Because sometimes when the Elf decks are trying to go off, if there's just an Explosives in play, they may be drawing extra cards, but then you could just destroy all the cards they drew.
Shows a guy here. Oh.
Wow. So Harrison now, he's going to go off again, for sure. Glimpse, play 2 guys, and then threaten Cradle if he hits 2 more guys. He's got an awful lot of guys in his deck at this point. Is that a Nettle Sentinel?
That's a Nettle Sentinel.
This is
might
huge.
Be it. Yeah.
Well, no, he's still a Heritage Druid away from greatness.
But he also has Summer's Pact and Green Zenith, so...
In his hand?
Well, no. In his
yeah.
deck. So, he can hit things.
Yeah, because what I mean, though, is he's only... he only has 1 creature in his hand. So he's going to run out of gas if he doesn't hit
it's a Summer's Pact. It is not a...
It's not a Nettle Sentinel?
Not a Nettle Sentinel. And Summer's Pact is dangerous as hell against Tony.
Absolutely. You can go Wasteland, loam it back, Wasteland again, and shoot your guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't... Summer's Pact is ambitious. But he still has a Llanowar Elf in his hand. He still has 1 guy.
Yeah. Summoner's Pact is one of the best cards in the deck, however.
Absolutely.
The turn you're comboing it is literally just a 0 mana Demonic Tutor.
Mm-hmm. He's going to go for it.
He's going for it. So this is probably Harrison's last turn. And he might win.
No. If he just gets enough guys going, he can just say, you know what? Hopefully he can't destroy all of my land. You know, because like if he Lavamancer's a guy, Wastelands twice, that's only destroying 3 mana. It's possible Harrison's going to put down so much mana this turn that yeah, because he drew Viridian Shaman, which isn't the best one here, but it's definitely, it plays, you know, because he's got that Cradle.
Yeah.
Why did he tap Llanowar Elf and Birchwell Ranger for a mana? He could have just tapped the Llanowar Elf for a mana.
No, the Llanowar Elf had been destroyed by EE. It had to return it to his hands.
Sure. Yeah. And Ranger. So it would appear that we're down to this is the last guy, right? Viridian Shaman. Goes again. Does he keep going? Harrison at this point has Llanowar Elf, Findorn Elf, Birchclaw Ranger, Nettle Sentinel, Viridian Shaman, and then is that Priest of Titania? One more, the third from the top. And then there's Gaia's Cradle, 3 land.
I believe that's a Birchclaw Ranger.
Heritage
Heritage
is the
that
one.
actually might be it.
Yeah, so he has all the mana he could ever need now. Now he just needs to find a single card drawer, and he'll actually draw his deck.
Yep.
He needs anything: Summoner's Pact, Regal Force, Green Sun Zenith.
Even a Visionary would do
help.
wonders.
I mean, it's a 2 for 1.
Just gonna...
Yeah. And he has to stop. He whiffs.
But I mean,
That's a good board.
it's a good board.
Loses to a lot of things,
Yes, it does.
but it's a heck of. I like his chances way, way better than I did 2 turns ago. I don't know, that explosive seemed a little cavalier. Like it was just,
Yeah,
like he already had good things going, and the explosives is one of his best ways to catch up if things start going bad.
had he just left that in play, it's going to be really hard for him to lose that game.
So we're looking at, I mean, he's got to interact with Harrison really quick, or else as soon as he draws a card drawer, it's over. You know, like he's Grim Lavamancer a guy every turn, and he gets to Wasteland the Cradle. But I mean, if he doesn't have Seismic Assault or explosives in his hand, I mean, I guess he just puts a guy down, but it's still not super exciting.
So first thing he has to do is waste that Cradle, right?
Well, he's wow,
that's why he did it. That's why he did it.
He has the other explosives.
So you can just kill his opponent. Double Wasteland, crack explosives, wins, right?
Not if it's a Priest of Titania, right? Oh no, it is. Yeah, because the explosives is going to kill the ones.
Why did he tap the Wastelands? I'm so confused. Couldn't you have just won?
He could have just won.
Yeah, he could have just...
Oh no. Wow, if he would have just not tapped the Wasteland, he could have wasted the Cradle and that would have been it.
Yeah.
He must have just forgot about the Pact. I mean, one of those tunnel vision where he's got Dark Confidant in his hand, he's thinking about being mana efficient. Didn't even occur to him to think, how can I kill my opponent with his own Pact? Wow, Harrison has a second lease on life. His board has been devastated, obviously. But he didn't die to the Pact. So, Harrison about to lose his Cradle, his Bayou, he's facing down Dark Confidant. Tony still doesn't have still doesn't have the game locked up. He's got to find Seismic Assault to really totally put it away. But now that Tony's looping a cycling land, he's actually getting ahead. You know, plus he's Dark Confidant, so he's ancestraling every turn.
And that's pretty brutal.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Harrison is one of those. It's like a storm type deck where you need a critical mass of things. So the fact that he doesn't have, he doesn't have cards to work with, and Tony's Ancestralling every turn. I mean, there's no question that he's a huge dog, but not nearly as big a dog as he would have been if
Tony had just wasted him out of the game.
And it's not even like you're getting punished if Harrison has just Elvish Spirit Guide still in his hand. Like he probably plays one Elvish Spirit Guide in his deck.
I don't know. I wouldn't play any.
Oh no, I guess he's not even doing that. Some people played it with Summoner's Pact, but I guess he's not.
I guess it's fine. When you have to Summoner's Pact for that, you're probably fizzling anyway. And then it's like a card that's like really bad.
Well,
it
it
like
speeds up
stops
the
you
turn
from
too
comboing a lot.
sometimes.
That's true.
Like it actually, like sometimes it jump starts you.
Maybe it's a good one on the sideboard to have as a Summoner's Pact target.
I don't know.
Combo matches where you're racing.
Then again, last time I played Elvish Spirit Guide, it was because we were playing Natural Order in the deck too, and sometimes you just want to get the turn 2 Natural Order. All right, so we're looking at
Yeah. So
once again,
Tony's going to draw some extra cards.
His deck's doing what it needs to do.
Yeah.
Lightning Bolt. Yeah, I mean this is. All right, so what does Harrison need? I guess he needs another glimpse. Right? Like
I think he has a glimpse in his hand.
You think he has a glimpse in his hands? So then he just
yeah.
he needs a good mix of one drops so that he can start the chain going. Because if he has like 2 guys in his hand to start it up, like he's still got a little bit of mana to work with. But if he goes, Nettle Sentinel, Birchlore Ranger, he can start, chaining some stuff together.
Yeah, and I think Tony also needs to just use a removal spell in this range, Hammer. Like, your life total is a resource. You have Confidant in play. I think it's just too risky to just be taking 2s like this life total right now.
And the Shaman's going to be mana anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like you do. I mean, maybe he thinks he can just stop the Heritage Druid or the Birchlore Ranger or the Nettle Sentinel.
Talking about if his opponent goes to combat and the Viridian Shaman is tapped and attacking.
I don't think Harrison can actually win through damage, even with the Dark Confidant in play, unless he gets something going, like a glimpse going or something like that. Like, I mean, Tony is drawing a lot of cards. It's not going to be long.
Go? What could he have?
What could Tony have?
Yeah, because he didn't cast like a loam or anything.
Maybe he has cycling. No, I don't. It's weird that he just not cast Loam.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't really have any instants in his deck besides Lightning Bolt. So maybe he just has cycling lands?
Yeah, maybe it's like 2 cycling lands and a bolt or something.
No, he just had nothing. Doesn't make any sense to me at all that he went Loam.
Oh, we didn't dredge it back last turn.
Yeah. I guess he just didn't dredge it back last turn. Alright. Well, he has Loam now.
Yep.
He doesn't actually play all that many. I mean, he's got, what, 7? 7 cycling lands? But he's also got Volrash Stronghold. Try to get one of those Lavamancers back. But Tony, this time, loaming up for the cycling land in the Wasteland again. Still riding that Dark Confidant, too. So, I mean, it's like he's drawing 3 cards a turn. Problem is, a single glimpse, a single lucky glimpse if he chains a few creatures together, and he's already drawn so many land that
his deck's
it's not unreasonable to think he might
density.
hit 6 creatures in a row, 7 creatures in a row.
All right, here he goes. Clips.
All right, time to do it. I think it's going to be really big seeing whether or not he has a Cradle, because if one of those lands he's sitting on is a Cradle, he's got a lot more to work with than meets the eye. So, it's interesting to me that Harrison decided to go for it now. Makes me think he must have a Cradle, because this is just, he just doesn't have, there isn't so much pressure that he needs to do it now. I think I might have waited one more turn and just tried to build up a little bit, but he does have a Heritage Druid now, so He's definitely making some progress. Do you think he'll bolt the Shaman in response to the Heritage Druid? Or do you think he'll just save the bolt for the Heritage Druid?
You definitely bolt the... Or maybe not. I mean, he still has mana left, right?
Yeah, I mean, he'll have 2 mana left. Like, after the Heritage Druid, he'll have 1 mana left, which is just enough that if he has one more guy in the hand to punish you for it.
Yeah.
Llanowar.
Oh, he has Llanowar too. Okay.
So I actually would have done it the other way to try to draw out the bolt to see, you know.
Yeah, especially if you have him in that order. He played a land already?
God, I think he played a land before cracking, just for no good reason. Just to thin his deck by 1 card. Like, he played the fetch land to thin his deck, and then he cast his creature that let him draw cards, and he drew a Cradle off of it. I'm telling you, so much play to the self deck.
Yeah, I mean, it's really complex.
I know LSV, when he won the Pro Tour, he was talking about just how many games he just was not playing optimally. I mean, he tried, he played the best he can, but he said it's a very challenging deck to play. It's a very challenging deck to play optimally.
And there are so many decisions to make every single turn, and all of them matter so much.
So, now, which elf is that?
That's Archdruid.
It's the Archdruid. I mean, it's a big board. Doesn't... Yep, it's forced to stop. I think he's doing a good job of keeping his composure, because, like, he knows he messed up. Like, he knows that the Cradle thing right there would have been valuable, but it's not going too badly, considering,
I mean, he's like, he also must feel like he has an extra life.
Right? Oh, absolutely, because he knows that he was dead to the pack, too.
Yeah. Like, he definitely knows that.
So, he's on borrowed time. This is a free roll anyway, so he's going to give it the best shot he can. Harrison definitely a strong mental game. He's very, not one to be cracked under pressure. So Tony cycles some more. It is not going to be long. He's drawing, at this point, 5 cards a turn. It is only a matter of time before he finds Seismic Assault and ends the game.
Or he dies.
I mean, he doesn't have that much more time. You're absolutely right. I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
Elves is scrappy.
Decides not to dredge low. Tony's probably wondering himself. He's like, "Man, dude, I've drawn 21 extra cards this game. Where are my Seismic Assaults?" Oh, that's 3 mana.
A Countryside Crusher?
It is a big country.
Big country.
Big country. Well, the nice thing about Countryside Crusher is that at least it can block a guy so that he's not dead on board. A very, very impressive game by Harrison so far.
Yeah. Oh, Tony's taking one.
So he has gone back to representing being dead on board, but presumably has a bolt in his hand.
Yes. So, I mean, he needs to bolt the Archdruid.
Oh, right now. Absolutely. Wipe it off the map ASAP. So sadly, no more Engineer Explosives in his deck.
He drew both of them.
Alright. So the game here is shoot the Archdruid and dig like crazy for Seismic Assault next turn.
Yep.
He's actually, I mean, he's... So Harrison attacks with... If Harrison attacks... No, see, even... No, Harrison only has 1 Archdruid in his deck, right?
Yeah.
Does he have any other lords?
No.
He doesn't have Eternal Witness or anything like that either, right?
No.
Wow, he has 2 bolts. One for each, one for the Heritage Druid, one for the Archdruid.
Really? He's the fourth
number
glimpse?
4. Well, I mean, you gotta admit, he's drawn a lot of cards.
Yeah. Well, I'm not.
So here we go again.
He wins.
Heritage Druid. Well, he doesn't have gas yet. He's probably in real, like he's in really good shape. But I mean, he's got to draw more action in the next 3 cards. And he's got a lot of Gataxian probes in his deck because of the number of elves that all can
He has to tap 1 more mana, doesn't he? Yeah.
No, him.
The Visionary is the first thing he cast after he...
No, Heritage Druid.
Yeah, but
He's got 4 mana tapped.
Yeah, so he's cast Heritage Druid, then
Llanowar Elf,
Visionary, Llanowar Elf, but Glimpse before
Glimpse.
that. That's 5. So he just like magically created a mana, right?
Gotta make sure he's actually tapped enough mana for his spells, right? I mean, we don't. Maybe something's off. Maybe something's off the camera, but from looking at the board, because he did spend 1 for Glimpse, 1 for Heritage Druid, 2 for.
Yeah.
Definitely should have the spot at least check and do the math there. But regardless, it's probably not going to matter. Still better to keep it official, but.
Yeah, I mean, with the bio, it's pretty irrelevant.
But, and there's Gaia's Cradle.
Yeah.
So at this point, literally it just takes Green Sun Zenith, Summoner's Pact, Regal Force, Emrakul, and he's
Regal
running out
Force.
of blanks. Yeah, Regal Force. I mean, he's got a lot of cards that just win the game on the spot. Very, very, very well played by Harrison. I mean, this is
really well played.
just. There's Regal Force. And this is it. It is a wrap. Wow, amazing. Goes from Summoner's Pact dead to this.
Really well
Fourth
played.
time going off. Sometimes,
Sometimes you just need to go 4 times.
on
That
4
was an
different
awesome
turns.
game.
Awesome game. And obviously, I mean, Tony definitely had some chances to do things differently that game, but it's so hard to tell for sure because, I mean, it's not even clear if he's tested against Elf combo. I mean, there's 40 decks in this format. You can't test against everything.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
So at this point, the game plan is hope that
Emrakul's the last card in his library.
Well, no, it doesn't even matter then.
Yeah, he just passes beforehand.
You discard the
kills
Emrakul.
him.
I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. Because you can keep Green Sun Zenithing and shuffling Green Sun Zenith back in.
That's true.
Yeah. So this is definitely over. Tony's hope here is that Harrison somehow screws up, accidentally draws a card, like plays Elvish Visionary with 1 card in his deck or something, 3 cards left, still hasn't found Emrakul. This is where you start you start thinking to yourself, okay, what do I need to do with Green Sun Zenith to make sure I don't accidentally deck myself, I know theoretically everything's good, but I just want to make sure because this is this is one of those games that it would break his heart to lose. This is one of those miracle comebacks. It's going to be one of the greatest comebacks of his life.
Yeah, definitely. When you're playing Elves, you get so many of these games.
Dude.
People just don't know what's going on at all.
Dude, I dream about comebacks like this. Oh, so he has the Emrakul.
Why didn't you just cast it?
Is this like just going for style? I mean, surely he had enough mana to cast it, right?
Oh, he's just gonna play everything in his deck. That's his plan.
Yeah, I mean, presumably.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, he can draw his whole deck.
Yeah. Oh, no,
Pass the turn? Why pass the turn here? What if Tony has like Seismic Assault and just does 8 or something? Like, wait, did he couldn't have run out of mana, right?
That's impossible. He has Heritage Druid and he has Infinity Elves in play and he has Nettle Sentinels going.
I guess, I mean, obviously we talked about what Tony's play was to hope that, and we don't know for sure that Harrison didn't somehow run out of mana, but it seems very, I mean, So, I mean, if Tony draws Seismic Assault here, he could just win.
Oh, yeah.
He just could do 8 to the face because he's got loam.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the loam in his hand yet, though, right?
No, he just drew 1 off Confidant.
Oh. Did he just draw a red card?
He did draw a red card.
This game is insane.
Oh my god, this game is mind-blowing.
I mean, this game has looked over every turn of the game, but like for a different person each turn.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
So he can't win that. He doesn't have enough to...
He hasn't played a land yet. He could cycle one time if he already has an untapped land in his hand. No, he's loaming back anyway. He could get an untapped land. If he... Exactly, there's the untapped land.
Yeah.
If he draws, he has one shot to hit Seismic Assault.
Yeah.
No, it was Bolt. Tony knew too when he took a look. He's like, well, now or nothing, never. Amazing. Unbelievable.
Wow.
And that was game one.
That was just game one. That was pretty awesome.
See, look what happens when people all just agree not to have to just be brainstorm decks.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're about to have a trivia question.
All right.
And the winner of this trivia round, so you guys will be answering the question. One of you will get picked. Will win 3 free months of Star City Games premium content. It's pretty cool, right? All right. So to win 3 free months of premium, my question is, what is a card that at the beginning of this tournament, Pat and I predicted would be in every single deck in the top 8, that is only in half of the decks in this top 8? It's an instant, and it cost 1 blue.
It's not Surgical Extraction.
Yeah.
That's a hint.
Answer the question, send it into hashtag SCG Premium. Again, this is for 3 free months of Star City Games premium content.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
I mean, I'm pretty excited about watching more Elves and Agrolome.
Plus, can we share with them while they're shuffling up what the top 8, like all the different decks? Because there was a great variety.
Oh yeah,
what the decks were? Oh, I don't think so. I think 0 additional people will know.
Yeah, I think people who know. All right, so in addition to Elves, played by Harrison Beach, and Agrolome, played by Tony DeVeyra, we have Alex Bertoncini, and he's piloting a Bant deck. We have Jonathan Job, and he's playing the Rug deck, the Tempo Rug deck that we saw earlier.
And Alex's deck is a Bant Blade deck, right?
Yes, it's a Stoneforge deck version of the deck.
Bant Blade, the blue-green Delver of Secrets Tempo deck we talked about, or Rug Delver of Secrets Tempo. And then we've got Tony Murata with the Reanimator, and Austin Yost with the Patrick Sullivan special. Just straight up mono red, just Flame Rift the deck. We've got Christopher Atashian also playing the Snapcaster Rug deck, or the Delver of Secrets Rug deck. 2 copies of it. And then
we also have Corey Jacob, who is playing Maverick. Or Jacob Corey, I apologize.
Very diverse
field.
Jacob. Very, very diverse field. I don't know if it's Nevada, like Las Vegas, because we saw a super diverse, crazy, awesome, standard.
Now here we are on Legacy again.
Brewing is alive and well. 7 different decks in the top 8. A huge assortment. Combo decks, control decks, a burn deck, beatdown deck, mid-range deck. I mean, this is very, very, very cool. And we were concerned that we were, you know what? Watsy, you got it all figured out. It's all good.
Yeah. Pat you on the back for your format management.